Hi there, I'm Justin Pritchard for Driving.ca, and in this video, we're saying goodbye to the 13th generation Ford F-150 with an up-close look at the 2020 King Ranch. We'll get into the review in a moment, but I want to start by giving you a bit of context about my relationship with the F-150 over the past few years. I review cars for a living, and I do it from here in Sudbury, Ontario. So pickup trucks are very big business up my way, because living here means you probably regularly use your pickup to support your lifestyle or even your career, and F-150s are a big part of the scenery. And that's why F-150 is one of those vehicles I try and make sure I'm driving every 2 years or so, because it is a standard in its segment and something that my particular crowd is very interested in. So, welcome to my neck of the woods. And we'll start here with the 13th generation F-150 when it hit the road back in 2014 for the 2015 model year. Since then, Ford's continually evolved it as a product, partly to continue asserting dominance in the highly competitive pickup truck segment, and mostly to continue delivering what shoppers expect from one of the most time-tested nameplates on the road. In this era of F-150, we saw what was perhaps Ford's biggest yet push to let customer input drive the execution of the product. Use of new powertrain tech with the widespread deployment of turbocharged EcoBoost engines and a weight-saving aluminum body answer the universal call for better performance and mileage with no compromise. And since Ford says the F-150 shopper tends to be the problem solver in their family and social circles, we've seen them add loads of new tech designed to help make their pickup truck one of the most valuable tools at your disposal. It was the first truck with adaptive cruise. You can have advanced parking and trailer maneuvering tech, advanced camera tech, handy features like built-in exterior lighting, and much more. This generation F-150 also saw a Power-Stroke diesel V6 engine added to the options list for the first time in 2018. And today, in this video, we've got the 2020 F-150 King Ranch on duty. It's the end of an era, by the way. As I film this, we're about to see initial details on the 2021 F-150 that's replacing this one with an all-new 14th generation machine. This 13th generation tester is therefore one of the last of its kind, and one of many I've shown you over the years, so we'll be looking back and forth a little as we say farewell to this generation of one of the most important machines in the industry. This King Ranch is a luxurious treat for the pickup shopper who wants a solid taste of what F-150's got to offer on the tech and feature front, all wrapped up in a body that looks street smart and sophisticated. And don't miss the chrome, and more chrome, not that you could. By the way, if you take out the base F-150 XL and the purpose-built F-150 Raptor, King Ranch sits at about the halfway point in the lineup, with XLT and Lariat beneath it and the Platinum and Limited above. From the driver's seat though, I don't think this King Ranch would leave most wanting for a nicer place to sit. This is the big news on the King Ranch. On board, the designers have specified the extensive use of stitched and contrast-colored leather, plenty of attention to detail, and a clever use of color and texture and depth to give drivers a rich and satisfying driving environment. One part luxury, one part tech, this leather-lined cockpit is home to advanced display screens, a slick touchscreen interface, and little less than everything Ford has to offer on features and gadgets and goodies. And you find yourself surrounded in a roomy and quiet and comfortable tech-lined lounge with lovely furniture. Add in the generous space and the extensive use of glass to help visually open up the cabin even more, and here's a place you can easily work, relax, socialize, and otherwise unwind and decompress on the open road, all while staying very nicely connected. So if you're dropping the big bucks on the King Ranch, I think you'll be generally satisfied with this cabin, especially the ease of use, how approachable everything is, very simple and straightforward navigation and central command interface, generally logical control placement and layout, and more than all of that, the materials and colors and how they've used them all to really richen things up in here. So it's a hard-working pickup when you need it, but also one that does double duty as a luxurious family hauler or towing rig if you like. and there's plenty of room to spare, and if your family has trouble staying organized on the move, F-150 has you covered with storage galore. Take a quick look at storage in here, and if you're someone that likes to be tidy and organized on the go, you are going to be doing just fine. You've got two proper cup holders here, a little slot for your wallet, your cards, your phone, and the like. Nice deep center console storage bin there, room for the wallet, some other items, a couple of USB charging ports. Really digging this deep center console here. Got a little sliding divider. That's almost elbows deep. Tons of room down there for a camera kit or a laptop, any of your larger items. There's a little storage slot down here on either side right next to your foot. And of course, tons of storage in the door as well. You've got a cup holder there, nice deep bin, little storage nook here. So the instrument cluster, you've got two analog dials on the outside, nice display screen in the middle. Then you can manipulate that using just this thumb pad here on the steering wheel and call up just about any information you like. And while parts of the cabin are looking a bit dated compared to the latest knockout cabin from Ram, it is highly approachable. Most controls are logically laid out and easy to find and use, and the tech and screens are effective and look lovely and won't cause you any stress. So I think even if you're not particularly tech savvy, just give this kind of a couple of minutes of your time and it should cause you no stress. And for reference, here's a look at the Ram 1500 Longhorn Laramie's interior for comparison. And you can see if you want what is arguably the most high-end cabin ever fitted to a pickup, this is what you're after. And though it's not for everyone, the Ram's central touchscreen display game is strong with this giant vertically oriented slab taking up much of the forward scenery with its vivid graphics and bright colors. On visual wattage flaunted by the cabin, this pricey Ram is impossible to beat. That said, again, an all-new F-150 is imminent, so we'll see how the interior of the new truck stacks up here. And a quick poke around inside the Chevrolet Silverado with a cabin that's not its most impressive asset, I think. To me, this looks like a slightly warmed over version of the last generation Chevy truck interior. I was, however, a big fan of its 6.2-liter V8 engine, and especially where the sound effects are concerned. I prefer the overall drive of the Silverado, especially on the highway, to the Dodge or the Ford, and interestingly, that's even on these big 22-inch wheels, which typically send ride quality off the edge of a cliff. Back to our King Ranch, and you'll find room galore for 4 adults, loads of onboard cargo space if you flip the rear seats up and out of the way, and more room in the box if you need it. That's accessed by a remote tailgate release and built-in step. How's the drive? Mostly good news. Notably, highway noise levels border on luxury sedan quiet. You've got to be doing a pretty good clip before any significant tire or wind noise seeps into the cabin. The front windshield is acoustically laminated to keep out unwanted sounds, and the truck feels very stable and sure-footed. All said, it's solid, comfortable, tough, and has wind noise levels that mean there's no need to raise your voice for a conversation. Steering and brakes are both pretty unremarkable. The steering is typically light and lazy. This reduces driver workload but could feel a bit more direct and precise, and the same with the brakes, powerful enough but nothing too special in terms of pedal feel and precision. So I think it's worth showing you this as well. I'm on the roughest stretch of paved road anywhere near where I live, and I use this as a sort of ride quality and ride comfort testing exercise in all of the trucks and SUVs. And I don't drive cars down this road because it's just simply too rough. So I'll put the camera down on the suspension so you can see the sort of workout that it's getting here. So this is just about worst case scenario for a paved road, and I think it's a really neat exercise to me because of what I'm not feeling or hearing in this setting. So no squeaks, no rattles, no creaks, no excessive suspension noise coming in, crashing through the floor underneath. And I hope the camera can see the steering wheel, because that's, to me, the other important thing. If you're able to see it, you'll notice that it's staying straight and true in my hands. None of that harshness from the road is coming back up through the steering. I'm not having to fight it. The wheel's not tugging around in my hands, and that means that I'm doing less work to keep the truck pointed where I want it to go. And so I think the ride is a bit on the rough side in this situation, but the truck itself feels pretty much unbothered. I really enjoyed the F-150 as a highway cruiser. Good commanding driving position, quiet cabin, plenty of glass all around for a good view out and to keep you from feeling crowded. And with every manner of advanced safety feature on the road, as well as fully automatic lights and climate control and voice command linked to your smartphone, drivers can expect to feel nicely backed up and supported for an easygoing, comfortable, and connected drive. Of course, one of the major draws for this truck for many shoppers is the powertrain, and in this case it's a 3.5-liter twin turbocharged EcoBoost V6, and that's good for 375 horsepower and 470 pounds of torque. It's a 10-speed automatic transmission as well. The important thing is how much of that torque is available so low in the RPM range. And compared to a conventional V8, you've got far easier access to far more of the engine's output at far fewer revs. Now that's got benefits for towing and hauling and performance, of course, but when you're just driving around town in no particular rush, it also means that you only need a little bit of throttle and a little bit of revs, and off you go with plenty of thrust, often at low enough engine speeds that you can't even hear anything from under the hood yet. So that means that you've got loads of power right where you want it, but some shoppers are going to miss that familiar V8 soundtrack. This 3.5-liter V6 sounds fairly dull in comparison. The 3.5-liter EcoBoost is the most potent engine in the mainstream F-150 lineup, and there are numerous other engine options too, including a 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6, a standard V6, and a 5-liter V8. 10-speed automatic transmissions are included on virtually all models, complete with the ability to skip multiple gears in each direction as needed to give you invisibly smooth shifting in all settings while boosting performance and saving fuel. So 2 notes here. First, even if you aren't sure if the premium price is worth it, be sure to try the 3-liter diesel engine. It's a remarkable power plant because it gives you generous torque, nearly silent operation with creamy smoothness most of the time, and all with a fuel bill like a far less powerful crossover SUV. I'm a fan of the 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6. It's easier on fuel than the 3.5-liter, and in most day-to-day driving, you'd hardly notice that it's less powerful than its bigger brother. If I was buying an F-150 for where and how I drive, the 2.7 would probably be my pick. With those 10 gears on duty in the transmission, the engine of your choice can idle along at low revs while you take in a leisurely drive, perhaps enjoying the heated and ventilated massage seats or your favorite tunes from the mighty stereo system. It's features like these, enjoyed from cabins like this, that help give shoppers access to a rewarding drive they'll look forward to. By the way, as shown here, pricing lands firmly in the high 60,000 Canadian dollar range. For that, some may wish for a smoother rough surface drive and some fancier interfaces and maybe a little more precision to the feel of the steering and brakes. Beyond that, even as it's about to be replaced, this F-150 King Ranch stacks up as a nice sampling of some of the best tech, powertrain hardware, and clever design and feature touches that anyone's putting into a pickup today. Well, that is about it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss anything new. I will put some links in the description below to some associated F-150 and pickup content in general, including a piece by our David Booth that takes a look at what we know and don't know about the all-new 2021 F-150 that's coming soon, as well as some additional resources for used F-150 and used pickup truck shoppers in general. Well, thank you for watching. My name is Justin Pritchard for Driving.ca. Until next time, take care and drive safe.